guys, I'm Mary, and today I'm going to be talking about my egg donor experience. This is my first YouTube video and might be my only one. I just really wanted to help others thinking about starting this journey. And when I first started this journey, I looked to YouTube for knowledge and just to learn about other women's experiences. I wanted to make a video of my own. I didn't find too many. I did find a few that were really helpful, and I'll try to link them down below. Like I said, this is my first time making a YouTube video really, so I don't really know how to do much. I wanted to talk about my experience thus far. I am not to egg retrieval yet. I am about to start my hormones in about a week. I wanted to just talk about what I've experienced so far and what has led me to this point. Back in February, I think, I was just thinking about how I really wanted to start a family, and being young, I'm 24, I work a 9-to-5 job, but you know, you need a little extra money every now and then, and I had wanted to do egg donation for a while. Like, I was interested in it, but I wasn't sure, and I'm married, so like I thought, you know, will my husband be okay with this? This is a discussion we have to have prior to me making these decisions. And I asked him, I told him, like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about doing egg donation. They compensate you, and I really think it could be worth, you know, the money. I want us to start our own family, and there's a few bills that need to be taken care of, a few debts that I want to clear up before we start our journey to begin starting a family. This was all in February, and I asked my husband, and I was like, hey babe, what do you think? Pretty much. And he said that if he could do it, he would do it, and that it was my body and I could do whatever I want with my body. So I was like, awesome. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, honestly. So February, I started looking into the process, and I just like Googled egg donation in my area. A few clinics came up, and Advanced Fertility Clinic really stood out to me. It seemed like a good option for me. It was local, and it seemed like something I could get to and fro working a 9-to-5 job, like I said. So I started the application process. And the application process is no joke. There's so many questions. I think over 100, 200 questions you have to answer. I spent like a few weeks just working on the application, really. It asks you questions from eye color to what you scored on your SATs to what's your mother's, you know, hair type. Like it's just an extreme amount of questions. So I worked on the application for weeks, and I finished everything up and I submitted it. I received an email shortly after asking me to send photos of myself, and it was pictures of myself from childhood, so baby photos and all of that, and I sent those in. I think it was around late March at this point, so I started the process in early February, was officially up on the profiles. So I was available for couples to view if they were interested in my eggs. And people usually, I don't know, you probably know this, but people get egg donors if they can't conceive with their own eggs or follicles. It could be a gay couple. It could be a husband and wife situation where she has PCOS, or just any reason why, you know, somebody doesn't have good eggs or any eggs, and you know, they need an egg donor. Like I said, late March, I was confirmed, my profile was up. The doctor warned me that some women don't get chosen at all, and some women it takes like a few weeks and a couple picks them. So I didn't have too high of expectations. I honestly kind of forgot that I had started the process, and late to mid-July, I get a call saying that I was chosen by a couple, and so that was a few months that I was technically like in waiting. And I was like, oh, okay. And you know, they ask you, are you available? Are you still willing to do this? And yes, I was still willing to do it. I was still willing to start the process. Once we get confirmation that the couple has decided to pay and are ready to take the next steps on getting me as their egg donor, I go in for my first appointment, and they just do quick blood work. It was like a very short appointment. They took my blood and I went home. So the blood work was just to make sure ovaries worked, like those hormones were there. And so everything seemed good. I had normal numbers, and they told me that I would have to come in again for more testing. And this testing would be genetic testing. I would have a urine analysis to make sure I'm not on any drugs, and just other general blood work to make sure I don't have HIV, you know, a whole panel of screening. I go in that day, and it's like about a week later that I go in for this blood work and this appointment. So I go in, I get all the blood screenings, and it's a lot of blood they take. And then I go back, they have me do a pee in a cup situation, you know, urine, they do a urine analysis. So I peed in a cup, and then they wanted to do an ultrasound. So just to make sure my ovaries are producing, you know, viable, well, not viable, they don't know yet, but they want to make sure my ovaries were working, that they were producing follicles, eggs. Follicles are like the medical term, I think, and I guess us regular people just call them eggs, but technically not all of them will become eggs, so follicles. So they check my ovaries. They say I have great ovaries. They told me I had about 14 to 15 eggs or follicles per ovary, and they all looked like they were measuring around the same size, and that's very important when it comes to egg donation. So I had that appointment. They told me test results would take about 2 to 3 weeks to come in, and it was mainly because of the genetic testing that takes a while to process. I'm assuming they have to send it out of the lab. So results slowly started to trickle in, and they had me set up on a portal, so I got to see whenever each test would come in and, you know, see what the results were. And then around the 3rd week mark or late 2-week mark, I got the genetic testing in. That's what we were waiting for, and everything came up clear. There was no genetic abnormalities, and I was good to go on to the next step of testing. So the last step is the psych evaluation. I was currently working from home at the time, and I was able to just take the psych eval during my lunch break. It was about a 45-minute process. It was around a week after I got all the results back from the blood work and the urine analysis. So they had me set up the appointment, and the psychiatrist called me via Zoom. We talked, like I said, for around 45 minutes, and it was very like a calm situation. I was kind of stressed out. I was like, oh God, what if I am crazy? But no, honestly, she gave me a little insight. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but pretty much that they want you to say that you're in it for the money. And it just shows that you're not gonna be some crazy person that's gonna try to find this couple and steal your spawn, I don't know. So the lady that did my psych eval told me that everything sounded good, I seemed normal, and that I was good to go on to the next step. She said she would immediately send an email to the doctor that I had been working with, and that she would give me the go-ahead to start the next process. And so we got up, and then a few days later, I get a call from the doctor. She says everything was good, and that I had birth control waiting for me at the clinic to pick up. So I started birth control late August, beginning of September, and I've been on it for now around 3 weeks. I take my last pill Monday. Today is Saturday, and I will have my next appointment Friday. So I will stop my birth control, like I said, Monday, and my period should start, or it will start. And then I will go in, they will do another ultrasound, and I will start my hormones. They will also have me sign my contract, and just to make sure like I'm not gonna go and get pregnant or do anything crazy, or stay drug-free. I will also get a urine analysis that day and some blood work done, but it pretty much is the beginning of the hormones. They already sent me over my medication list. It's a lot of stuff. I will be doing my own injections at home, and that's the fun and scary part. They actually gave me an estimated day of egg retrieval, and they're saying it's the beginning of October. They said the 6th or the 7th. It all depends how my ovaries are looking Friday, and then how my ovaries progress the following days after. And I will be getting blood work. I think it's either every day or every other day, just to make sure everything's looking good. And then I will do the egg retrieval. They'll give me the trigger shot. So that is so far what I've been doing. That's the process so far. People probably aren't interested. The compensation, it ranges. I've watched videos of other women who live in California or New York or other states like that, and they're being compensated around $10,000. And it's just, I guess, all depends on the state. In Texas, the average, pay that I've seen is around $5,000 to $6,000. And I will be getting paid the day of egg retrieval, $5,500. And then I have the option to do this process up to 6 times if I am chosen. And it all just depends on if I keep my profile up, or if, obviously I hope whoever receives my eggs it results in a live pregnancy for them. And if it does, when it does, I will be listed as will be on my profile that my eggs have resulted in a live pregnancy, and that looks really good. And they usually will push you more for future recipients, people looking to get an egg donor. So as long as everything goes well, I have the potential to do egg donation again. I don't know if I will. I'm not seeing it in the cards for me in the future. I'm thinking it's gonna be a one-time thing. If right after they say I matched again and I can get the process done within a couple months, maybe I'll do it again. But as of right now, I think this will be the only time I do it. With the agency I'm going with, Advanced Fertility Clinic, they let you donate eggs up to 6 times. And after your first time, every time after that, it's $6,000 as opposed to the initial $5,500 for your first donation. The doctor had told me that she's had women do it back to back, and they did their 6 donations. It's $6,000 every single time after the initial time. So, I mean, if that's whatever happens, I'm not for sure. I kind of want to document the actual hormones and injections and egg retrieval process, and then maybe do a Q&A afterwards. But we'll see. I don't know. Just depends on what I decide to do. I'm not a YouTuber, so this is just for educational purposes. And I know that I wished, like I said at the beginning, that there was more people that have documented their journey, because there wasn't much to go off of. And if I can help somebody make the decision to do this process, I honestly think it's a really good thing for people to do. If you can do it, I would say do it, because you're helping somebody. Obviously, they really want to have a child, and they're willing to pay the thousands and thousands of dollars to start this process. I just think, why not help somebody if you can? And there's the argument that, that's your child, and I don't see it that way. Maybe you do, and that's fine, but I just really don't see it that way. I'm not raising this person. I have no emotional connection. It's like if I donated blood, I'm not worried about, you know, what the person who I donated blood is doing. Like, I'm happy, you know, I was able to help them. It's not obviously the same thing, but I just don't feel like it is my child. I think I'm helping somebody start their own family, and I don't see how that could be like bad or wrong. And I just, you know, hope other people, you know, think this could be an option for them. I'm actually pretty happy so far with the process. I might be thinking differently when I start having to inject, you know, needles into my stomach, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like I said, I don't know if I will be recording another video, but I hope to at least give you guys a follow-up, a day in the life of doing injections and all of that. Just to let people know. So we'll see. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.